Hi everyone, welcome back to Keep It Unfiltered. Ah! Alright, that was so extra, but I am just so happy to be back. If you don't know why I was missing, you gotta go watch last week's episode where I just discussed everything that was going on with me and stuff like that. But now today we are back in business. And just to get started, if you are not subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button as well. And at 175 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway announcement. So yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Today's topic is actually very close to me because I'm literally in the process of doing this for myself. It is reinventing yourself, as you can tell by the title. So one of the questions that I got, and something that I would like to start with, like, why? Why reinvent yourself? And honestly, it's because I want to be the 3.0 version of myself, and you might want to be the 2.0 version of yourself. Here's what I mean. I feel like when I switched over with my jobs, I became a different version, or like buying my house and stuff like that. Like, these things caused me to become a different version of myself. Maybe that might have been a more mature person, someone who looks at situations differently, and not even just those big situations. Like today, I had a terrible morning. One, I locked myself out my house, which is crazy. And the second thing I did was broke the shower handle. I don't even know how I did that, but from the looks of it, it looked like it was rusting. So now I have to buy a new shower thing, whatever. I hate buying things that I don't want to buy. But yeah, like those things happen to me. And in the past, when I would have a bad situation happen to me, I would just say like my whole entire day was ruined. I would be mad at the world because I felt like I was just supposed to be mad because bad things aren't supposed to happen, even though that is life. Instead, today I laughed at myself for locking myself out. I went to my titi's house, called my sister because she's the only one with the freaking spare case. So that was just like a whole bunch of stuff all together. And then with the shower, I'm not gonna lie, I cried because I was irritated, but at the same time it did not ruin my day, and I was still able to make it through my work day and everything. All that to say, when these bad situations would happen to me and I would get so mad, I literally sat there and said, like, I do not want to be this person anymore. I do not want to be this person to where when one thing happens, I am mad all the time, and I just carry that attitude, and it's carried into my relationships, like friends, families, or my interactions throughout that day. Like, there's no need to be mad. Just to get so mad at things to a point where I felt like I was wrong for not being mad. And I don't know how to explain that. Like, maybe someone who had anger issues before, or you do have anger issues, you understand where I'm coming from, but I definitely had them. So it's just like the reason why you would want to reinvent yourself is to become an upgraded version of yourself. You know, there are things that you want to change about yourself, that you feel like want to turn over a new leaf for yourself. Properly do this. Well, I'm not going to say properly. I'm going to just let you guys know how I handle this. I think about all the things that are either going on in my life, or all the things that or the traits that I have that I no longer want to have anymore. I just think about them or write it down, whatever you want to do, and pick those traits apart. What am I going to do to change that trait, to make myself better? For example, the biggest one that I'm struggling with right now, and I can't believe I'm admitting this on YouTube, but it is what it is, weight loss. I'm pretty sure I've shared 1,000,002 times how much I love food. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I used to go hard in the gym. Like, I used to be able to just go in. If I want to drop 20 pounds, like, I'll be able to do that, no problem. But now it's maybe because I'm getting older, it's becoming so much harder for me, and my old tricks that work for me are no longer working. So now I have to find like a new remedy. So one thing is just like more discipline. That's another thing that's like really important with reinventing yourself. So that might be my discipline with food. Another thing too, more exercise. I'm not up to running on a treadmill again. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, but I am trying to do some little exercises here and there, some walking, trying to get them things in. Like, and my diet has completely changed. Like, y'all should be so proud of me. I love chocolate, and I haven't had peanut M&Ms, Hershey with almonds. My job, they always have all the snacks in the office. I haven't had any snacks. I'm about to cry because I'm just so upset. But I really just stop eating all of these things. Not gonna lie, I had brunch on Sunday. But I don't go out and eat. Like I have not done that in a minute. On a consistent basis, because it used to be consistent for me. Like, I'm always love going out to eat and things like that. I'm saying all that to say that is how I analyze that aspect of my life that I wanted to change. What is the problem? How can I make this better for my life? Like, what do I need to change? How can I pick these things apart? Personality trait. I feel like you handle that a little different. My thing was, before I changed, being more positive, that anything is possible. You are in control of changing things. It is not the end all be all. And if you want to have a positive outlook on situations, you have to just believe that no matter how dark the situation is, there's always a light. And one thing that I did to change that, and I feel like a lot of people can definitely use that, because I know a lot of people are sitting there saying, no, life sucks, or this and that is happening. And I'm not saying that everybody doesn't go through hardships, but there are a lot of people that feel like they have to be stuck in that place, that hardship. And you don't have to be stuck in that hardship. You got to say to yourself, like, I am going to make it out of here. And y'all know I'm definitely always talking about the power in the words, but your actions need to follow up. So when you are in those difficult situations, instead of sitting there saying to yourself, you know, this is gonna ruin my life forever, there's no hope for me, you know, to change things in my life. If you think like that, your situation will stay like that. It doesn't matter how big or small the situation is, you will stay like that. And your mindset will stay like that. This peak season that I have right now, I'm like, I know that this is so stressful for me, but I just know that in the end, it's going to be worth it. Everything is going to pay off. So let me just go hard and do what I got to do, even if it's a little bit of the lack of sleep. However, the personality thing that I have for myself, and I'm not trying to make this about me, it's just that I can't speak on exactly what you want to change in your life or how you would like to reinvent yourself. But I could just talk about the selfish things, because I feel like a lot of times people want to reinvent themselves to be more selfish or to focus more on themselves. Me, I wake up now, I want to say between like 5:30 and 6 every single morning, and I'm like, I can jump on, and sometimes I do just hurry up and get on and do what I got to do for work. It's either before work or after work. In that time frame, in that day, even though I might be working like long days, I need to find some time in there for me. What are we doing for Monet today? Like, today, I got up and I walked, and it felt so good. And up until this point today, I think right now it's like 7, 8 o'clock or something like that. Like, I've been working, but at the same time, I just feel so much better because my headspace is more clear and I did something for me. And when you are reinventing yourself, you gotta make sure that you watch out for the things and the people that you have around you. Don't think about just your personality trait that you may want to change or your ways that you want to change. Also think about your surroundings. So do you have people supporting the new you? Do you have to kind of cut off your negative friends because they're always negative, Debbie Downers? They never want to see the light in any situation, and you voiced to them and you told them, like, look, I don't want to continuously look at these problems the way we're looking at them. Let's just try to find a way out. Maybe you should back up from that friend though, because they will definitely hold you down. I know people are like, well, we got our own minds and stuff like that. But I've been in a situation before where I was going through my reinventing phase, and I'm just like, I just want to see the positive in things. I just want to work on finding a light in situations. So every time my friend will propose this problem, I would keep saying, oh, well, you could do this, you could do that. Like, I'm offering ways out of the situation, and they're just like, no, no, no. And it's like, okay, maybe the first situation they denied everything that you said is okay, but when you get to that 10th situation, you like, all right, yo, like maybe this situation is not gonna work out for us anymore, because I want you to be in a better headspace. I want to be in a better place, but I don't want us to be sad all day because you don't want to make better decisions for yourself, or make a decision that can change this whole thing for you, change your whole life around for you, so that way you're not constantly feeling like you're in a specific struggle. Another thing too, like, not even just thinking about the people around you who may be doing the complaining, but think about the people who are around you who are your supporters, which I guess could be the complainers too. But do you have people supporting the new you? If you are like, yeah, I want to be more selfless. Everybody knows how much I give all the time, whether it's my time, my energy, physically, mentally. Like, people know that you're giving. Do they want to make sure that you feel appreciated? If you feel like, I feel unappreciated by others, and I feel like I need to focus on myself so that way I can make myself feel good, are these people around you also trying to make you feel good? Are these people around you also trying to remind you that you are appreciated for the selfless things that you have done? And I think in the beginning I made a mistake. I said be more selfless. Be more selfish. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, like, do they recognize how selfless you are being, and are they trying to make you feel as appreciated as you want to, as you should be feeling when you do things for them, or feel good about yourself? Are these people trying to help you on your journey, let you know that you should be focusing on yourself more, because you deserve that? Like, that's one thing that I love about me and my best friend's relationship, and honestly a relationship with a lot of my friends. Like, I am so down to tell them, like, no, you deserve this. You deserve this time for yourself. You definitely deserve to cater to yourself, to show yourself as much appreciation as much as we deal with on a daily basis. Don't care how big or small the situation is. If we feel like we got a lot of things that we're carrying on our back, like, we really got to decompress and take care of ourselves. So you want to make sure that the people around you are in support of your goal as well. And then we got the ones that you know that you need to automatically cut off. And these people are the ones who are literally the complete opposite of the person that you want to be. So the people that are indulging in bad habits, and maybe they have peer pressured you in the past to do something, and now you're just like, you constantly peer pressure me. Like, now, like, let's say you didn't smoke before, but now all of a sudden you're smoking all the time, but you want to quit smoking, but all that person wants to do is smoke. Maybe you need to sit there and back up from that person, so that way you calm down on your smoking. Be a person who just likes to blow their money all the time, but you want to focus on saving your money because you have a goal that you want to reach. Not saying that you necessarily got to cut that person out, because it might not be that bad, but just don't be around them. Another question that I got was, does it scare you to reinvent yourself? It probably would, if you are trying to do a whole 360 in a situation. This one, personally, for me, like, the changes that I want to make right now in my life, I feel like it's a scary, exciting thing. Like, I think over the years, definitely put myself first more and more, but this is like the first time I feel like I'm locked in with me. I am making decisions for myself. Like, no offense to my parents, because I know that my parents sometimes watch my videos. I love y'all, but a lot of the decisions that I've made in the past have been for my parents. I feel like I'm finally making decisions for myself. And it's a scary but exciting thing because I'm doing what I genuinely want to do for me, not for mom and dad, not because, oh, this might look like the better decision to people. No, I'm doing what I want to do for myself. I'm creating the path that I want to have for myself. I'm doing what I need to do to get me to my next goal. And I feel like goals are always the biggest thing to put in place so that way you have a reason to go ahead and reinvent yourself, if that makes sense. Like, not like necessarily a time period, but you can't say, oh, I want to be a better person, and then you have nothing that you want to change about yourself, because it's like, well, what aspects of yourself are you trying to change to become this better person? Like, what does a better person for you look like? And then the follow-up question to this is something that I love. It was, do you grieve the old parts of yourself, or are you just supposed to let them go? I have definitely grieved old Mo before. Like, I definitely think I took a look back on her, and I was able to kind of push my feelings to the side. I think I'm way more in tune with my emotions than I had been in the past. And that, I guess, could be a trick of like sweeping things under the rug, I guess, or trying to protect myself from feeling like that might have been a thing of the past. But and I just look back and I say to myself, like, wow, like there was a time before where you wouldn't even speak on this, or you would just say like, oh, let's kind of turn a cold shoulder and act like you have no feelings, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I always said what I wanted to say. Like, I don't think that was ever an issue for me. But the emotional aspect, the hurt aspect of a situation, I don't think that I really dug deep in there and I just said, no, this is how I'm feeling. Or maybe I wasn't able to articulate my feelings when I was hurt and only was able to talk when I was angry. Or it was just like once that time passed when I was angry, it was like it was what it was. Like, I might cut that person out of my life, but never sit there and just think about like, wow, this actually hurt me. Wow, these things did happen to me. I used to think that that was such a good thing, that I was able to just let things go. But it wasn't until now that I realized, like, no, it's a beautiful thing that I am able to be in tune with my emotions, and that I'm able to articulate the way that I feel, and I'm able to be honest about those things, because I feel like when you are honest about your emotions, like this is just an example of something that I had to grieve in the past, not caring to now caring, or showing that I care, or saying that I care. I'm able to grieve properly through a situation, to be honest, or to go through those stages of healing properly in those situations, because I acknowledge my feelings and the things that I've been through and the things that have hurt me, or just speaking up about things even on the spot later on, taking time to just sit with my feelings and not dwelling on them necessarily, but just acknowledging like, this has happened to me and this is how it affected me and this is how it's going to change me in my life. Like, certain issues that I didn't have in my life before that I may have in my life now because of certain situations happening, like, I would be in denial about that. And I would just say, no, I'm okay. I'm cool. No, this has happened to me. This has affected me. And this had made me feel this way today. But the good thing is, though, when you do reinvent yourself and you do acknowledge the new person you want to be, or the new person that you are able to figure out what the problem is and how to properly deal with that problem and how to properly work through that problem. So I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing to grieve the old you or look at the old you, but definitely take time, especially if you know that you're doing something to be more positive for yourself, and look at the benefits of the situation. And when you are thinking about what you need to do to reinvent yourself and become a better you, I really want you guys to sit there and just pick out the pros and cons of that. And 9 times out of 10, if you are trying to reinvent yourself, to be more positive. I'm not talking about reinvent yourself to say, I want to say F it more. Like, no. I mean, maybe you do need to say F it more, and that's a more positive thing for you. But I definitely want you to just sit there, pick out those pros and cons to see, is this the right future me for me? And that's the first thing that I did in this process. I said, is this the right me for me? And I think it is. Because when I think of this new version of me that I would like, it makes me happier. It makes me excited. Something to look forward to the next day. It is never too late to want to go ahead and turn a new leaf in your life. I do not care how old you are. I don't care about what you've been through. You are always given a clean slate. You don't even have to wait to start months from now. Like, I wanted to start my weight loss journey. I'm not gonna lie, when I take my wig off. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. That's how I felt, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to sweat it off, whatever. But no, start now. Start today. Or maybe if you want to start tomorrow, that is okay too. But just go ahead and step your foot out and do what you gotta do for yourself. You know who you want to be. Chase that person. Don't worry about the people around you. Think about yourself. What is going to make you your best, happy self? What is going to make you say, like, when you wake up in the morning, oh my gosh, I just love who I am. In love with who you are. The biggest tell of that is just me thinking about it. I'm just in love with this person, and I'm just in love with the process as well. As long as you keep working towards it, grinding towards it, you definitely got this. And we are on this journey together. So pray for me, y'all. I'm going to pray for y'all too. But we are on this journey together to become the new and improved us, the 3.0s of ourselves. That was that for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. All the love, support, and make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to Keeping It Unfiltered. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, see you next Thursday.